Very good morning. Today is September 23rd and time is at about 7:30 a.m. So today I'm going to cover a couple of things. Today, Nifty expiry, and then this Thursday we have the Sensex expiry, but Sensex expiry is a monthly expiry. And then we also have monthly expiry of Nifty and then Bank Nifty sometime next week. So today I will spend some time on some bit of a bank nifty analysis because there is one more week for expiry. See if we can actually find some trades out there. And then definitely we'll spend some time on Nifty and then Sensex we will see depending on the time. But those are all the few items. I also started looking at automobile sales data. I think that's definitely something which is important. So today I'm not going to show that, but I'm still working on getting this data processed. So once that is done, I will be able to show in next 1 or 2 days, I think. But I will also show a probability model that a lot of people. All right, so let's spend some time on what's in store for FII data. So if I go to the summary, index futures are still negative. There is a lot of shorts compared to long, but this is monthly expiry. The only positive thing is there is a change in the buy versus sell. So that's definitely something which is a good news. Let's also spend some time, and I do have data for all the other things, but in the interest of time, we'll skip them. But then let's get on to FII chart. FII charts and Nifty futures. I think the last couple of days it's quite positive, but I think the complete story will come when we get into Nifty options as well. Nifty options. All right. So Nifty options, there seems to be some bit of negativity. I would think the combination of futures and options, I would still think it's going to be flat week. And also the IV, in fact, supports the theory. So IV, we are, I think, around 8 or 9. That's what I saw last time. IV is very low compared to a lot of other weeks. So there could be some movement. Obviously, the expiries are manipulated. So there could be some movement to gain some money here and there. But the final ending could be definitely flat kind of an ending. So that's what my prediction right now. But let's get on to the charts a little bit before we conclude anything. So as of now, I'm on the Nifty chart. This is the multi-time frame super trend. So we got a sell signal at about 12:15, I think 1:15 yesterday. So there was quite a bit of a movement. I think somebody is in the selling and then they did not exit. They would have lost some money yesterday. So exactly the sell thing came at about, this is 5 minutes, at about 2:10 or so. In fact, the real signal started somewhere around 1 p.m., but then the confirmation we got only at about 2:10, I think. So there is some deceptive move here. It is basically to say that it's not going to fall, but then a lot of people who actually sold the put options here, they would have probably got into some losses. But right now, this is definitely a sell indicator here. So, but let me get on to a smaller time frame and then see what's in store. Let's get on to 15 and then the 5 minutes. And then, yeah, I think this is also showing sell signal at about, this is previous day. But I think from the previous day, I don't think there is any change. So, because this is 5 minutes, let me. Yeah, this was the move I was saying earlier. So from here, market started falling, which is about 1 o'clock. And let me also take you through something which is really interesting, right? So this is basically the Nifty straddle price yesterday. So if you look at this chart very carefully, this is the price, in fact, came down, the straddle price. And then after that, we had some support here. And then you can see at about 1 o'clock, we started seeing this actually going up. So this is a good indication of there is going to be some kind of a reversal. But then we also need to be very cautious. This is not a holy grail. There could be definitely sometimes it would work, sometimes it would not work. For example, if you see here, this went up and then again it came down. So somebody needs to be very careful. However, I think one thing that I observed is this is the ATM at the starting of the day. So if it crosses, mostly there is a high probability that there's going to be reversal. But then this signal came very late, which is about 2:22. Even if somebody took an entry at about this time frame, which is 2:22, I think they would have still made some good money out there. But yeah. So this is how we can use data to take some of the option decisions. So that's about yesterday's what's in store for today. I would think yesterday's low, which is 22153 or 150, could act like definitely a good resistance. I would in fact go a bit aggressively and then say 25180 or 25200. That would be a good resistance and then good support either. And then this would act like a good resistance, which is this super trend, which is about 25280, because we do not have a strike price there. I would think 25300 would act like a good resistance. So today, my view, the expiry would be between these two ranges. But then if there is a manipulation, we just can't help anything. So let's see. Coming back to Sensex, because we still got some more time, let me change the time frame a little bit so that we can get a better view. I'll go to now 1 hour and then the 15 minutes time frame. This I think, so as of now, Sensex is in the sell mode. This is 1 hour and then the 15 minutes. I would think this 82,700 or 800 would act like a good resistance. And then bottom, we do not have any clue, but then I would think this zone would act like a good support, which is about 82,000 zone. So I think for weekly expiry plus monthly expiry, which is going to happen on Thursday, these are all the two ranges I would track very closely. On that note, let me spend some time on this one, which is a lot of people ask me questions around how this particular calculation would work. This is so right now I have you can also filter this data. This is a very simple Streamlit dashboard which I built some time ago. We can simply pick up what is the start date, what is the end date, and so as I think most of you know, right? So we had Nifty expiry dates changing. So the logic, in fact, I rewrote the logic to September 2nd onwards, so to pick up the Tuesday to Tuesday expiry, but otherwise it's always the Thursday to Thursday expiry. So now let's look at this chart. What does this mean? So in fact, we had one above 5% weekly expiry only once in last 142 weeks. This was, I think, sometime in April this year. So there was a massive up move, and it actually that day I think a lot of sellers would have lost money anyway. April 7th or 18th to be precise. So that was the date. Otherwise, in last almost like 4-5 years, we never had above 5% move. The way which somebody has to read this dashboard or this data. So let's look at 2% range, right? So what does this mean? This actually takes the weekly reference point, which is the last Tuesday close, which is about 25239. So if somebody has to really pick up, again, this is a probability model, right? So let's say 2%. What 2% means? Nifty would expire below 25744 with a probability of about 85.2%. That's how somebody has to read. Suppose if somebody wants to bet on 25500, 25491, there is a 64% probability. Again, I'll repeat the statement. There is a 64% probability that Nifty would expire below 24491, and there is a 85% probability that Nifty would expire below 25744. That's how somebody has to read this data. Let me spend some time on Bank Nifty analysis. This I think I would probably did not share in the Twitter, but I think this is a good way to look at all the Bank Nifty stocks. So we have HDFC, ICICI, State Bank of India, Kotak, Axis Bank, Bank of Baroda, and then Punjab National Bank, and then Canada Bank and IndusInd Bank, and we also have the AU Small Finance, and then Federal Bank and HDFC. So these are all the various banks. So I think one thing that is important is, so I have, so Bank Nifty as of yesterday, this is the closer, this is the projected close for Bank Nifty. This is basically looking at, one thing is obviously we can look at the open interest of Bank Nifty alone, but also try to look at what is the open interest of the individual stocks, and then try to do some extrapolation. That would give a double confirmation on how Bank Nifty can close. So as of now, this is the projected close for Bank Nifty, which is 55,975 or 56,000, and then the bottom we have the 54,600. The range is about 1,372 points, so that's the range as of now. But let's see. We have some more time to really look at. I also have the option chain data, but right now, so we have the PCR here. HDFC Bank got the lowest PCR, and then probably I'll sort this out. Not sort this out. I'll probably sort the data so that it's easy to reference. And I think out of all the banks as of now, Kotak, yeah, Kotak, I think it was more than one, but right now it's a 0.81. But then I'll also tell you some trade that I took by looking at this data. So where is this data? Overview, right? So if you look at this, right, so especially Kotak, so we have a strong resistance and support at the same point, but then last week this price of Kotak was about 2044 or whatever. So then that point of time, I took a straddle at about 2000 with an assumption that it would actually balance out and then come back. So as of now, the trade is successful, but then we never know. I think we have another 1 week to go, right? So we'll see. I'll also say, I think if you look at the other data, we do not have any such opportunities as of now. I think pretty much all the price is in between the support and resistance at this point of time. So usually the skewed straddle would give us some good returns. Sometimes it could be 5-10% very easily. If you take HDFC, is pretty much between support and resistance. Same with ICICI as well. I think all other banks it's pretty much similar, except the Kotak is still in the hovering outside of the resistance zone. I think that's all. That's all for today, and then have a great trading day and have some nice profits. Bye bye.